why keeping up on politics is good for your consumer relations management. Hello and welcome to Communication Psychology and Human Resources. My name is Gerhard. I'm a psychologist from Hamburg, Germany, here in the Republic of Moldova for many years. I'm specialized in international, intercultural and multi-language contexts. Now, I know lots of people who say that they don't follow the news because it's too negative, and I can totally relate to that. I myself am engaging regularly in so-called information diets. So I am a news junkie or a politics junkie, or have been, and I try to limit the input I get. So I can totally understand that. Now, what's the problem? For many, not being interested in politics translate actually, when asking them further, to not be interested in anything that's going on in the world. So it's not only that they are not interested in party politics, Republicans versus Democrats, or what the parties in your country may be, but they're also not interested in what's going on in the economy, in society, internationally. They're not interested in any kind of intellectual developments, debates going on. And this is quite dangerous. Why? Because if we work in a business environment, so almost every company has a so-called mission statement. So in most mission statements, there's a very elevated, majestical place for the customer, our clients. So we are very customer-oriented, customer-centric, and so on. However, I have a looming suspicion that those that shut out anything going on in the world outside may likewise be quite less inclined to be interested in what's going on in the lives of their consumers and clients. Because the same applies here. It's not only always positive. It's not only consuming of motivational speeches, reading self-development books, and making team buildings in our company, showing off on LinkedIn how great a family we are. Well, our customers are also in different situations, and they have experienced problems. They are affected by the economy, and even if they are not affected by anything that you could read in the news, keeping up with the news, or ideally not watching the news, but debates, talk shows, or reading in-depth articles, at least you get into the habit of taking the perspective of another person. And that's crucial to understanding your customers better. And even if the topics are totally different, their concerns, problems, intentions are completely different from what you can consume in economical, social, or political debates, in any case, this will train you of being more receptive, perceptive for individual differences, and you can be more empathetic. And this is so often heralded as the key to good customer relations, empathy, but the question is how to develop it. And empathy is typically not developed by just hanging around your own office members and making team buildings and pictures, selfies for LinkedIn, but actually engaging with people that are very, very different from you. So you need to have this exposure to different and often unpleasant positions, people, problems, and if we want to hide from problems in general, then probably we will transmit this attitude to our consumers and clients. And even if we don't express it, the consumer or client will feel, well, here it's such a positive environment. I don't want to disturb this poor customer relations expert with my problems. They are probably not interested. So I hope this was interesting for you. Please, your comments and criticism, and I will come back to that. Bye-bye.